choosing something different today than you were choosing yesterday is a small initiation to better decision making for your essence. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Late Checkout. So excited to have you here. If you're watching, you're going to see that I'm wearing a Portugal shirt. And for those who know that I am Brazilian and typically am rooting for the Brazil team in the World Cup. But today, Portugal is playing, and my husband is Portuguese. So I have to represent a little bit here, until the group stages are out and the potential of us being against each other turns his house upside down. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we will see. Welcome, welcome. If you guys are keeping up with the World Cup, isn't it phenomenal? Like every 4 years, we get to just crowd around with our posse, with our people, and cheer on our national teams. Like it is just such an exciting time. And it really eliminates all the noise of like problems that we have and really brings energy focused just on soccer, just on pride for the nationalities that our ancestors come from or where we come from. It's just such an exciting, beautiful time every 4 years to get really rowdy about sports. I mean, I'm not really the biggest sports gal, but soccer, World Cup, you'll catch me here. You'll catch me watching. Yes. Anyway, I am really looking forward to this episode today because I've had the idea of the new paradigm weighing heavily on my mind in the most beautiful way. And I'm going to introduce to you what the new paradigm is if you're not familiar. And I want to talk about some ways that we can prepare for the shift that is happening in 2027, mostly within our own lives, like almost giving you a way to look at your life and do like an energetic audit. Like, let's cleanse what no longer serves. And I'm going to break it down into three little ways because I really love bringing in conscious living in a digestible way. I want wellness to feel digestible and easy and implement it in this fluid, organic, authentic way that we can all really dive into and not feel overwhelmed by the tasks at hand to come back to self, to love on self, and to be plugged into what truly serves us. If this is your first time here, I'm Laura Janella. This is Late Checkout. This is my biggest vessel of communication from my brand. My brand is all about travel and wellness, intentional travel, conscious living, digestible wellness, ways that we can truly be aligned with who we came here to be, but in digestible ways. I love talking about intentional travel. I've been to 46 countries, I've lived abroad. So, this podcast really is a space for everything under the sun when it comes to travel and wellness, but in a really intentional and conscious way. So if you're new, welcome. Follow along on Instagram. We have the Late Checkout Instagram account. I have my brand account, Laura Janella. Also, I have a Late Checkout newsletter that comes out weekly, sometimes bi-weekly, that has just extra nuggets of good tips and tricks around travel and wellness that I love sharing with you guys, whether it's a place that I've been to that I want to give tips on, or if it's just wellness stuff that I'm actually coming across live that I'm implementing into my daily routines. Definitely check that out on my website at laurajanella.com. I will have that in the show notes for you so it can be clickable and linked and easy access for you to sign up. All right, let's get into the episode. I love the woo woo world. I love human design, astrology, gene keys. I love looking at the modalities and ways that I can better understand my energetic composition. I grew up feeling very lost and like not knowing myself fully. And having astrology and human design come into my life really allowed me to lean in to what I naturally energetically am. It's kind of like I knew already that stuff existed about me, but I didn't necessarily nourish it. Some of it I felt like shadows that I had to bog down. Some of it felt like I really couldn't fully express it and be embodied in my truth. And those are some modalities that really allow you to align with what you energetically are just made up of. And I feel like it gives you just such a beautiful permission slip. And when I dove into human design about 2.5 years ago, I came across it through a podcast that Jenna Zoe was on, who is famously known for being a teacher in human design. And she kept mentioning the new paradigm, that the new paradigm was coming in 2027. It was almost this like ominous, like, what is this? But really, it's nothing to be scared of. It's actually pretty fucking exciting. The new paradigm is an era where we are going to shift from a collective society where everything that was built during this collective era was built on grouping, boxing, big corporations, like kind of falling in line to what society was deeming the truth, right? And obviously, there is amazing things that came with the collective era, but now in 2027, as we move closer into the individual era, is going to be one that is all about attuning to self, understanding what you came here to do, what you came here to be. It won't matter anymore if you fit into a box, if you belong in quote unquote society or not. The big underlying push for the next however many hundred years is going to be all about self. It's going to be all about your unique self. That is going to be the importance of it. And I think we kind of see it through social media now with so many self-branded people coming out, so many thought leaders, so many people sticking out just for being individually themselves. And I don't even think we're anywhere near what that is going to look like in 50, 100 years, you know? This is just the beginning. So we're moving from this collective era and moving into an individual era. And I personally am excited for it because I feel like I was literally destined for this timeline. Like I'm literally destined to live in the here and now, but it will be very sticky for all of us to unwind and unbraid our rituals, our virtues, the deep systemic rooted beliefs that have been built in the collective era, and to really embrace what this new one is about. It's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel, ugh. However, there are ways that we can kind of adjust our sails and look inward to help us feel like we are more capable of being ready for an era that is about to approach us. I see this new era as a way for everyone to be invited to just genuinely understand who they are at the core, to build a relationship with your true essence, like what really lights you up. What do you feel like you came here to be and to do? And it doesn't need to be this grandiose thing. I am talking about just like fine tuning the way you're shifting through your day to day, knowing that your decisions are coming from a place of fluid respect with what your inner joy, what your inner light truly aligns with. There's so much static in the way between us and who we are right now and who we are going to become in this new paradigm. And the way I see it is if I have been hearing about this for the past 2.5 years, and this is your first episode ever hearing about what the new paradigm is, then you are going to have a leg up. You are going to be able to prepare yourself and do something so beautiful to prioritize your true needs, your true wants, and prep yourself for new versions of self to come, right? I love seeing life as being in different seasons, different stages at all times. We do not need to be tied down to any boxes that we've either been implemented in from society, but also we can find ourselves putting ourselves in our own boxes just for comfort, just for playing small, just for not going against the grain. And I think it is time for us to question all of that and think about what truly is needing expression from your soul. The best way to approach this, just in the now, just in a way for you to come back to this episode and revisit the idea of doing an energetic audit, right? Like, let's clear up some space, let's clear up some static that can be in the way of the actual messages and the actual needs that we have to listen to come in so we can follow our purpose a little bit more clearly. right? And that starts with the small stuff, guys. This isn't big, grandiose things. This is small things. I'm going to break it down in three little ways for you, right? One way, it's going to be a consumption audit. Let's audit what we're consuming. The second way is going to be a physical purge, a physical audit, a physical way to look at ourselves and make sure that we are actually prioritizing our body. Because as much as this energetic, woo woo, new paradigm stuff is speaking to our soul bodies, we have the responsibility of making sure that our physical bodies are prioritized in the most like human being way possible. And the last is just going to be an open ended question that I'm going to leave you guys with that I think will be pretty impactful. And it might be the first one that you guys take away right away because it's low hanging fruit. And we love getting rid of the low hanging fruit to start stepping into our full potential. Hey guys, really quick, I want to share something with you that I'm offering right now because if you're listening to this episode, there's a chance it could be exactly what you need. It's called the Travel Clarity Call. 60 minutes, just you and me on video, and we use that hour to find the trip that's actually been calling you and to understand why it's been calling you. Because I really believe, and I say this all the time on this pod, that travel is a portal. It's a tool to use to meet a part of yourself again, or to plug back into self, or to meet the new version of self. And so many seasons of life call for us to use a special tool, but the trip has to be designed specifically for who you are in this moment. So, if you're in a transition, adjusting to a new chapter of life, a career pivot, a divorce, motherhood, a move, moving through grief, or if you just have that quiet feeling and knowing that you need to get away, like a craving to feel alive again and plug back into self, this travel clarity call is for you. By the end of the hour, you leave with a destination, a clear why, and the language to describe what your soul has been craving. 5 days later, I'm going to send you a clarity brief right to your inbox that includes two curated experiences specifically for you in the destination that we land on, and a personalized journal prompt that helps you meet that version of self while you're there. This is all custom to you, unique to you and your journey. No two clarity calls are ever the same. The link to book this clarity call is in the show notes, so go check it out or come find me on Instagram at LauraJanella_ and DM me the word clarity and I will personally send it straight to you. All right, back to the episode. Let's get into the consumption part of our energetic audit. Honestly, this has been kind of a favorite of mine recently, and I think it's one that we need to cycle in a few times and not just leave it behind as a one time and done thing. It needs to be revisited however many times you get called to it. But let's clean up our side of the street when it comes to what we consume. I am talking social media. I am talking friendships. I am talking TV shows, books, articles you read, things you're subscribed to. What can you clean up in the realm of consumption that truly doesn't make you bigger, brighter, expanded, more connected to self? If it doesn't bring you joy, if it actually like brings your vibe and frequency down, like, let's weed through that. When it comes to social media, are there accounts that you watch that actually make you feel small or actually trigger you and you don't like to watch these people do whatever it is that they're doing online? Are there accounts online that you follow that you actually just don't genuinely like to follow? People who are completely outdated in our lives, people from elementary school, high school that you haven't spoken to in 20 years, and you're keeping up with their lives through social media for what? Right? Like, social media has been such an ingrained part of our daily lives. We are consuming it all the time. Why not be intentional about what you're consuming? Follow the brands that light you up. Follow the people you see as role models. Follow the people that you love because you love seeing the memories that they're building through their Instagram and their expression in photographs. Like, don't make yourself find the shitty algorithm that's feeding your toxic dopamine hits. Like, shed that out, rinse it out, and do the same with your friendships. I don't say this to be harsh, I say this to be intentional. There are so many people in our lives that can have an energetic vampire feeling when we are around them. Like, if you don't walk away feeling uplifted or feeling like that person provided a safe space or feeling some type of expansion and excitement for the person you are when you're around them, really think about how much time you want to consume with them, how much time you want to be around them, consuming their energy. It's really sad when you have people around you that seem to be stuck and seem to have a scarcity mindset and don't want to better their lives. It is really sticky, especially when it's people you love and your friends that you wanna be there for. But there is an energetic limit that you could submit yourself to that. Like, don't always put yourself out there to be the one that's going to allow your energy to be completely drained. Like, just audit it. Even if it's not like a full purge, just audit the amount of time you consume with that and make sure that you are putting yourself in spaces and places that allow you to find new friendships, new people that you can be expanded by, people that you can have big conversations with, existential ones, ones that you love to talk to about a particular hobby, like finding people in places where you love to do something. Like, if you love knitting, go to a knitting class. If you love dancing, go to a dancing class. If you love to golf, go to a golf thing. Like, you will find people based on the joy that is bringing everybody in the room to that particular hobby. I think it's important to have that ebb and flow of friendships that light up the different areas of your life, that feed your soul, that feed your joy, that feed you in a way that other friendships just truly can't. Accepting the fact that your friendships will serve different parts of you, your friendships will bring out different sides of you. That is the dynamic reality of having friends. It's not that you're the same exact person to every single person. You need to be able to express all sides of you. And sometimes that just happens with different people. Even when it comes to watching TV, the books you're reading, don't watch the stuff that makes you feel like shit after. The shows that dysregulate your nervous system in a negative way. Find TV shows that like fill your cup, that are peaceful to watch, that you enjoy watching. Buy books that light you up about the hobbies that you love, or if there's a role model you love, like pick up their memoir, see how they live their life, see what their thoughts are, expand your visibility into the potential of how you can link what you're consuming to the inner light within that's calling you to new and different things. That consumption audit will change your everyday life. The way you open up social media once you've audited through who you want to follow and really adjusting your algorithm to bringing you joy. The way that you audit your friendships and the time that you allow them to consume your energy and the way that you consume theirs, you will find this pace of really prioritizing the energetic space that you need to be in to be the best version of yourself and not just keep showing up as that old version who's always there, who's always on the same thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think we need a little bit of a wake up moment to clean up our side of the street when it comes to consumption across the board. So that's a beautiful way to start. A second way that you can energetically audit your life, guys. Whew, I feel so passionately about this topic. Physical purge. Purge the things that do not nourish your body. Not just things. I really just want to talk about food. Food is so important for us. The more we can look at food as the way we're sustaining life, the way that we're genuinely nourishing ourselves, that everything that we consume runs through our microbiome. It feeds our brains, it feeds our organs, it feeds our circulation, it feeds every aspect of self, balancing your hormones, giving you energy, like literally looking at food in that way will shift the way you decide how to eat. And I am not talking about diet trends here. I fucking hate a diet trend. I hate hearing how much protein, how much this, or don't eat carbs, or cut this out, or cut that out. I am not somebody who will ever promote a tedious and meticulous and toxic relationship with food. I love food way too much to do that. But I do love my body more than I would love any of the processed foods that we grew up on, like the overly processed things. Giving yourself a kitchen audit, like a literal go through your pantry, and if you can't read the ingredients fully, get rid of it. Look it up. I am so devastated coming back from Switzerland, going through the supermarkets here and seeing the amount of brands that exist to make food that's literally not food. It's just like a chemistry lab project to make it look like food for us to digest and for us to think that we actually are getting nourished by this. And this is a whole other conversation of like deeply rooted systemic issues in this country, but also worldwide as well. Taking your power back when it comes to what you consume internally, physically getting rid of the things that do not nourish your brain, your hormones, your energy, your body, your mind, that puts you at the most biggest advantage when it comes to longevity, when it comes to the way you're going to feel and show up to yourself and your community and everybody around you every single day. Purging the shit that literally is killing you, purging the things that are not meant to sustain your life. They're just meant to make money and put money in the pockets of other people. I feel so deeply moved when I see people on social media who talk about this openly, or at the very least have accounts that allow you to see what are the fresh fruits and veggies in season, what are the things to make out of whole foods, foods that literally come from the earth, right? Like, remember, we are earthlings. We are earthlings, so everything that was growing from this earth is meant to be inside of us, not something that's chemically made, not meant to nourish us, not meant to be inside of us. Really, to just educate yourself about whole, nourishing foods, swapping out your snacks for fruits and veggies and hummus and things that you can make. Get excited about snack prepping. Snack prepping was one of the biggest pivots in my life 5 years ago that helped me not reach for the shitty thing, that helped me not reach for the convenient, crappy snack that tasted so good but didn't do anything to me or for me. I do not believe that we can get into the new paradigm in an individual era and not prioritize individually our bodies, our vessel of actually being here, and ignoring the fact that we need to nourish ourselves in order to stay here and to bring love to ourselves in that capacity. Bring love to yourself through the food that you eat. Bring love to yourself by educating yourself on what actually nourishes your body. Find out what your labs are. What are you deficient in? What fruits and veggies and whole foods that you can bring into your diet that will help you not be deficient in that way, right? Like, prioritizing your health through your cabinet space, through your refrigerator on a daily basis is going to up level your relationship to self, the way you love on your body, the way you move through your days. That audit to me is a big one, but it is the most transformational one because you will not go back to the way you were snacking before. You will not go back to those over processed foods because once you have a priority of eating in a way that you know nourishes you from the inside out. When you go to have a snack that you used to have that's over processed, you will see the way that you feel after you've consumed it because our bodies get used to the chemicals, they get used to the way of living in that toxic cycle. And it is something so important to purge in this individual era. And the last one, this is one that I think everyone from this episode can walk away today and answer and give yourself the power back that choice is literally our superpower. Okay, when we decide something for ourselves, whether it's something as small as changing a snack habit or unfollowing a toxic person online or deciding to wake up a little earlier. Any choice you make in your life is your power. You have the choice to change. You have the choice to show up differently. And you have the choice to choose differently, right? So, with this last question that I'm going to leave you guys on, I want it to bring in and really enlighten your mind and your spirit into the reality that choosing something different today than you were choosing yesterday is a small yet impactful initiation to better decision making for your essence, for your soul, for your individual need and purpose here. Okay. So, the last thing I had written it down, is there something you can let go of that no longer serves you and who you're becoming today? Or think about it tonight. Reflect on it, journal about it. You know, I love a good journal. Bring out your journal and ask yourself, is there something you can let go of that no longer serves you and who you're becoming? Whether that is a friendship, whether that is a bad habit, something that's been eating at you that you've been wanting to change and let go of. And right now, right here and now, is your permission slip to do it. Is it a task at your job that you absolutely cannot stand? It can be something small, it can be something big. But if there is something that is already coming to your mind as I ask you this question, that intuitive hit of what it is or who it is, listen to it. If you do not listen to it, it is going to nag at you. And that is the biggest shift that I think, right, based on what I've been learning about the new paradigm, that's going to be the big shift that's going to be hitting all of us as we enter the new paradigm. Because whether you are aware of this individual era happening or not, we are all going to be confronted with circumstances, tests, triggers, situations, dynamics in relationships, people in our life in a way that makes us, forces us to show up more from an aligned place than we have before. The masks are dissolving. Energetically, the universe does not want us to be masked anymore. It wants us to be our unique individual selves, and it is going to do everything it can to help you along that way. And you are here now, listening in firsthand, knowing about it. And with that awareness, you can start seeing maybe some situations in your life have already been moving in that direction. Maybe some relationships, dynamic situations have been showing you that you've outgrown them and what they truly are no longer needed here to serve you and what you're becoming and who you're becoming. Alignment and authenticity, understanding our individual presence, our purpose, our potential is going to become so unavoidably potent. It's going to be the major overarching theme for the many, many years to come. And it's not like a flip of the switch. It's not like January 1, 2027. It's all of a sudden going to start happening. No, it's already started. It's already has been seeping its way into our lives. I've been seeing so many of my friends have such crazy pivots happen in their lives, in relationships, at work, like things around them. And I just see it as this like welcoming message from the new paradigm that whatever it is that's dissolving around you right now is meant to dissolve. It's not meant to be with you in the future, in the now. It is not serving your most aligned self. It's not serving your higher self. Trust the process, trust what is dissolving, trust that there is a message, there's a lesson, and there's a better outcome waiting for you. There is no need to resist change. We are meant to change, we are meant to evolve, but this time we get to do it according to who we genuinely are, who our spirit is, what our light literally brings to this world. That is what the universe wants to shine. We are meant to shine that light that we were born with so we all can take a page out of each other's books with that light. So I hope this energetic audit helps you guys along the path to the new paradigm, but it's definitely 3 things that I personally revisit frequently. I literally was auditing my Instagram last night. I literally was journaling about what it is that I can break away from, a bad habit, what is something new that I wanna invite in. There is this gorgeous opportunity that life gives us that we tend to just glance right over, and that is the power in the pause, the power in the choice, the power in actually reinventing our own wheel, little decision by little decision. So, if you guys try any of this out, the energetic audit is so impactful. I want to hear about it. DM me, contact me on my laurajanella.com contact, email me. I want to hear about it because I think the more that we can be moving into the individual era as a collective and not feel so isolated in this, it is going to be that much more powerful. And I think we can awaken each other up even more deeply. And it's going to be gorgeous, guys. I can't wait to see all of your inner lights just like shining everywhere. All right. That is all for this week. I will see you next week. Happy FIFA watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Ciao, ciao.